What's up with everybody? It's your boy TexxGod. You already know I'm a referee to the truth. I'm a coach to positivity, and I believe with those two things, baby, working together in unison, there is no circumstance or situation we cannot conquer, especially when we're doing it together. Hey, look, young black brothers, man, look, don't be so offended by the Cynthia G's of the world. Come to a realization that there's nothing we could do about it but listen, learn, and understand where they're coming from in the most minuscule ways. So look, take the smallest things that you can from somebody like a Cynthia G. You understand what I'm saying? And internalize it and understand what we need to be doing as young black men is not focusing on the women as such. But what I can do as a motivator, inspirer, somebody that wants to help the black community and help us young black brothers come together, I can take some of these videos and I can highlight some of the things and reasons why I believe this woman feels this way and give you my my perspective on everything. I seen Cynthia G's video, I guess the reckoning for the black men. What about the awakening for the black women? Before the reckoning, how about we have an awakening and see if maybe, you know, we can get some of these women to stop showing off all their body, stop twerking on a daily basis in front of the cameras, stop thriving through OnlyFans and thrive through real businesses, black businesses. Get out here and let's really do the work instead of using sexual sexual innuendo to do whatever it is that you want to out here in this life. You don't have to place yourself in those situations, and you don't have to be no ratchet woman out here. I understand that you may have daddy issues. This is the first video that I seen her speak about her mother and her father. So I wanted to bring this clip to you guys and check it out, because I wanted to explain to you why I feel that all of this stems from her father. And a young black man, she wants to blame it on all of us. She wants to blame it on all of us. And I can't have that. I can't have that. My father wasn't there in my life. You know what I mean? But you know what? One thing, I want you guys to take this with you. I had a great mother. I love my mother. I respect my mother. Everything she did, hands down, I love her. But I want you to realize this. Some mothers don't tell you the full truth. Some mothers will tell you your dad don't give a fuck about you, don't care about you, he's never done nothing for you, he's not even paying the child support, and things is in those sorts. You understand what I'm saying? But my mother told me one day that my dad had never paid child support, because I would see my friends and things like that. They mom would give them the you know what I'm saying, the child support card and be like, here, do what you want with it. It's your money. Your father's taking care of you. My mother told me my father hadn't paid a red cent. You know what I mean? But then she turned around and took me to court, and it was child support court, and she was trying to get more money from my father, I guess, or whatever it was. And the court told her, ma'am, he's paid everything obligated in child support. There's nothing else we can do for you. But she told me that days before this court date, and then she took me to court with her, so I don't know why she would take me, so I could just hear this bold-faced lie. You understand? Hey, look, none of that here, no, whatever. I don't care about that. But I want you guys to know that sometimes these mothers have ill-hearted or ill-will feelings against these young men, or your father, or whatever it may be, and they won't tell you the whole truth. You understand? They don't want you to like somebody they don't like. People don't want you to like people that they don't like. That's just the way it goes. With all that said, no further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this clip so we can go ahead and break it down.
Clearly, there's black women who find value in them. I don't. I'll tell you why. I saw my mom doing everything on her own, despite the fact that she was married. Despite the fact that my mom was a ride or die, my mom was submissive. My mom didn't want to be an independent woman. She wanted to be a stay-at-home mom and raise her children. My mom did everything humanly possible except for locking my biological dad in the basement. She did everything to keep him there. Every single thing that she could, she did it to keep him there. But you cannot keep a derelict black man. There's no way to keep him in a home. If he doesn't want to be in a home, you cannot kidnap him. You can hold him against his will. You can't. I saw my mom not relying on men, not because she wanted to be independent, but because her husband put her in that situation. I'm not saying her boyfriend, I'm not saying her baby's daddy, I'm saying her husband that she had known since she was age 15. She had done everything that they said that you should do. So I didn't see that. So because I didn't see my mom running after different men, trying to get validation for them, I'm not that type of woman. I don't need their validation. I've never needed their validation. Even in my own relationships, I was never a woman to sit there and ask them about their feelings for me. I never sought their validation at all. I just never did. Even when I was dating them, there isn't one man that I set up and said, how do you feel about me? Where are we at in this relationship? No, that was never me. And it's still not me. I don't need their validation because I did not see my mother chasing men for validation. And I'm not saying that if you want male validation, that it's because your mom. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I had a different dynamic. I didn't see that Black men's validation was worth anything. It wasn't worth anything to me.
After watching that video, man, it's clear to me. I don't know about anybody else, but I see a young lady that's been hurt and been traumatized by her father. About her father and her mother's relationship. Watching her mother go through some of the things that she didn't believe her mother should have went through. But I can't say this as children and as people who don't know your mother. We don't know what she did. I know you probably say that's a dusty pathology and this and that. They always want to say what the woman do, but we have to. We have to. Cops just don't arrest people off one side of the story. They have to hear both sides of the story. We don't know what your mother did to this man. We don't know why this man lost interest. The only how we will ever know is if we ask that man. Did you ever ask your father? It seems like you just upset with him and willing to just drill him into the ground, but you haven't yet to even talk to the one Black man that you're closest to. Maybe you should sit down with your father and tap into his mind and actually see what was going on. A lot of us like to take one side and we run with it, but we don't never hear the other person's side. And most of the time, that's the most important details of the story. So instead of hating your father, instead of judging him from what you've seen as a child, now that you're older, you have the chance to reach out to him and speak with him about what went on in your home. It's your time now, sweetheart. It's your time now to understand what was going on. It's your time to get that connection with your father that maybe was missing between him and your mother. It's your turn now to dig into his brain, because obviously she couldn't dig into his brain and to his head deep enough to figure out what the problem was. Most of the times we just let problems continue to go on and we don't do anything to change them until it's all over and it's all said and done. This comes where I say it's a part of communication. Communication is key in a lot of relationships. And a lot of times we just walk around being mad, or women walk around being passive aggressive, and we never really talk or communicate about the problem at hand. I understand that you had to go through that with your father and watch him leave your mother and everything, but not all Black men are like that. And I was also told that you live in Seattle. You're around mostly white men and Black men that probably do want to be white, because that's all they see. That's where you live. That's how that culture is to where you're located. Excuse me, that's what I meant to say. That's how the culture is where you're located. That's how they're built. They're built growing up with white people and mixing in and you know what I'm saying, becoming interchangeable and being as one. I thought that's what you were preaching, that we all need to be one and equal and not see each other as or see ourselves as below the white man. A lot of those guys out there are fitting in. You know what I'm saying? A lot of I don't know how a Black man operates in Seattle. I don't know if he walks into the bar and holds his head down when he see a group of white men and walk up to the table and be like, "Hi guys, you know, can you accept me?" I don't know nothing about that. You see what I'm saying? So I understand that you have that problem with your father, but I do hope that you can speak to him and talk to him about what went on. It's always best to learn from both sides than to just take one side. At least you had a father in your household. You see what I'm saying? As long as he stayed, least you got that time to have two parents in your household. A lot of us didn't have two parents. You see what I'm saying? And I understand this might have a connection to the man that you had a child with, a guy that obviously I see that you didn't pay attention to his background or do any deep diving. You do a lot of studying about the black man's pathology, from what I see, from what I hear from you, but how are you not studying the person that you're choosing to love, the person that you're choosing to lay down with, or watching their actions, or watching some of the, or knowing and seeing some of his past actions, and knowing that he could possibly do the same to you, knowing that he already had 5 baby mothers and you could be the 6th that he chooses not to be with. These are things that you, as a person, as a grown adult, can internalize and think for yourself. But now, since those things didn't work out for you in your life, you want to preach that every black man out here in the world is nothing? That's absolutely crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. You guys already know how I'm coming. This is TexxGod TV. Here we preach and we teach hope, not dope, baby. We try to inspire and motivate over this way. Try to motivate and inspire the hope dealers and rid this world as many dope dealers as possible. Hey, look, come on over to this side of the fence, man. Our young kings and queens need you. We need strong black leaders, man. It's time for us to bond and band together for a positive change, a positive solution, man. We need to make this happen out here, y'all. I got my merch link down there. What else? I got my Instagram down there. Y'all want to check me out? I'm TexxGod at Instagram. I'm TexxGod on Twitter. TexxGod at Cash App. Hey, shout out Leslie Grisby, big supporter. Shout out, I know I said I was gonna shout out a new subscriber. Willie Yums Eats. Shout out Willie Yum Eats. Yeah. I seen you. I remembered you, G. You sent me a comment, let me know you subscribe. I appreciate that. Like you already know, y'all, if y'all was here, you was meant to be here. And if you was meant to be here, one thing I know for sure, that's that you care, baby. So why don't you go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe, and share us on all platforms. Y'all already know how we rocking. Peace.